Alrighty, good morning everybody. Okay, so as you can hear, I'm going to be playing some Ace Attorney right now. Give me one quick second. I'm going to make sure everything's in place. Okay, then it goes there, then here. Ready, we're all set to go. Okay, so if you remember from the last stream I did it from this one, we just finished our cross-examination of Phoenix Wright. And now we got his girlfriend, Miss Dahlia, to testify. We just got her. I think we're about to go into her cross-examination. So let's get going, shall we? Yeah. And yeah. Let me get my judge voice on. Let me just fix this. There we go. It's always fun to deal with this.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
Then this next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
Oh god, they're all simps. Sorry, shrimps. I can't believe he actually said that. Sorry.
Now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
My god, I forgot how creepy this judge can get too.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
I will bash them with my gavel.
I like the bloopers that they do for this for the anime.
I'll use my gavel to pound them in their buttholes.
that's like. I love the voice actor for the judge because he's so freaking hilarious, and it's like he also says the weirdest crap at the weirdest moment, or at the worst time. Because I remember for the same scene when they go into the cross examination, all of a sudden the judge goes, "This music turns me on." I hate him but love him at the same time. It's a weird love-hate relationship. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor's all mine. No, the honor is all mine. There you go.
Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the...
Oh god, I forgot about that line! It's so stupid!
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes. I can say why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. Did you really?
But I would never.
Did you help cover up his murder? Tell me, and I'll make sure you don't get a big punishment. I'll swear to it.
Why did I make him creepy? That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
I hate to admit it, but yes, we do know each other. We spent one passionate night together.
What?
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Oh, come on. Okay. While I do understand what she means by Madame, it can also just be like a very formal way to address a woman. That's something in French that we say. I don't speak that much French anymore because I lost, because when I was learning it in high school, what is it? I retained some of it, but not all of it. So but I do know that like when you say Madame, you're not saying that she's an old woman. You're giving respect. That's how you usually address older women in French. So I don't know why you would say that she's a grandma. Well, actually, then again, I don't know how old she is. So let me we'll take a look when we do everything else. All right, let's go. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class is over. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I went to enter the courthouse, I always walked through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? Let's see, okay. I forget. So, who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye. How can you be such a bit? Imagine like he called her out like that, and then like he gets like, but then like rather than being thrown out, the judge agrees like,
yes, Miss Faye. How can you be such a bit towards this sweet witness?
And then Dahlia looks, that's right, you bitch. And Mia's just like, why is everyone calling me a bitch? I could only imagine like that would happen in this situation. Like before with the other witnesses, like Mr. Payne wouldn't have anyone like will actually get thrown out. But when it comes to Dahlia, the judge will be like, no, actually I agree.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please, go on. What did you see next?
Then suddenly Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do here with the testimony just now? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. Huh? I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. Huh? That is, she has no supporting. Go on. Say it. I have what? No supporting evidence? Oh, Mr. Payne, you should know me better by now. You should know that I always have something up my sleeve, even though they're very tight. But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. Oh, there you go. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Like, I thought they were saying, hey bro, what's up? And pushed each other. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge Speedy. So weedy.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Say it again.
Such a freaking creep.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
I went to go and find some of the other students, and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they are all very fond of their drugs. 420. Oh wait, hold up. They're all very fond of their drugs. I usually stop by for a little pick-me-up too. They have the most potent drugs you can think of. That's why they're the best when it comes to getting you all happy peppy after a terrible exam. Just like, she's listing off all things. They make great Xanax, Adderall. Oh, you gotta try all their pet pills, and you gotta do all this and that. And Emma's just looking at her like, this child. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on?
We need to go. We need more.
But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure what they knew. Sorry. Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students. So did the students call the police? Yes, I was so panicked.
Yes. Well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl. She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Oh, he's so dead. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
Okay, so let me see the evidence I have on hand. Oh, wrong. Oh. Let's see. Nothing much I can go on. Oh, wrong button. Let's see. There has to be something I can press her with. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Okay. Let's see. That one. Give me Dougie. They were talking behind the building. I actually didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. That would have to be the snap, wouldn't it? Okay. Before that happens, though, let me do my usual thing. I'm gonna save, just in case. You never be too sure with this game. I didn't hear it. Oh, oops. There we go. Okay, let's go. Let's present it. Objection! There you go. You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise at all as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. May I have a moment to answer? Of course. You bitch!
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? Yes, that's what headphones are, you stupid son of a... Oh, I'm sorry. How crass of me. I meant to say, you stupid fool. Oh, that's actually a bit more nice, thank you. The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Okay, I know I played this trial before. I played up to like a few more cases in, but I always forgot that she said that, and so I'm thinking, if she was scared of thunder and lightning, thunder especially, then why didn't she just go back inside and just wait for them? I don't know. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there wasn't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a second, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. She didn't hear anything. She was listening to music. I forgot. Okay, even though I did play this before, I forgot what it was that contradicts. So it was a rainy day, so that she was listening to music. She didn't hear anything. Let's try it. Okay. Save here. I think it was like she was she didn't hear anything. Your Honor, there was a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
What is this problem? It's obvious. The problem is the witness claims to have not heard the snap. Are you deaf? Did you pay attention to the testimony? She said she didn't hear it because she was listening to music with the headphones.
Miss Faye, I'm surprised you're going senile before me.
I'm not that bad, I think.
Well, the testimony we just heard seemed to be very decisive. The only one that could have victim was the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
No, please. I never meant to incriminate him. This is bad, Mia. If we don't do something, we're going to lose this. Think again. What is it about this testimony that doesn't make sense? She said something that could totally change this whole case. I think there was lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes. What about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Oh, there we go.
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh,
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway?
Oh, Miss Faye, some very, very bad thoughts. Ones you don't want to know.
It's like, always in my head. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears that the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in the labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely! They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna go pee, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's do it.
Which fits the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly! In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Student's testimony added to the court record.
Okay. However, there is one thing that troubles me.
Yes, Your Honor?
If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have been snapped if it... Then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Let's see. Who or what? It was Mr. Payne.
It was Grossberg. Okay, hold up. Oh, I can't save. So I want to save just to be sure, but oh my god. Like, I want to see what happens if I accuse Mr. Payne, but I don't want to risk, like, losing, what I have, you know? Let's see.
Oh, jeez, what was that one thing? Jeez, I'm trying to figure it out. We have to use what we already know. It's kind of tough because I'm trying to figure out what it could be. Let's try the umbrella. Actually, no, because it was on it, so. No. This is it. This is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor.
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense.
Ah, that was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
I am literally trying to do everything. Nope. Nope. Yep. Okay. Jesus. I don't want to press too many, do too many things, but I literally can't figure. I forgot what it was. Let me see. Do I really want to use Dahlia? Let's see. Excuse me. Woo. I'm literally trying to think though. What could it be? Let me just use Dahlia. Of course not. Jesus, I can't figure it out. He's like, I'm giving you all these chances. You better get it right. Okay, what was it that caused the cable to break? It was this newspaper article. I'm literally just presenting people. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony.
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that?
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in with Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole after as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. and then the victim was electrocuted.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order! Order in the court!
Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way that the victim...
Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge.
Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him, but Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
Jesus.
Funny. You say you didn't see the moment he was shoved, being pushed, but now you say he got pushed twice. Wow. So it would have been only once, huh?
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Oh boy. How many times I deal with this girl? Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court. Does that make her not a reliable witness? I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all. Oh, I'm Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho.
The judge had better be more careful of himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. You're saying you actually saw the victim getting pushed into the electrical pole. I know he doesn't look it, but Feeney can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeney really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold. Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and they would each give the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. Mia's like,
Are you serious right now? What happened after that? And what happened after that? The Feeny caught up to him and pressed into him from behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, but there are also prints found on the back of his leather jacket. Well, no, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in your testimony somewhere. Think, Mia. Okay. Now, let's see what we have. Okay. There's the contradiction. Be sure though, let me put that here. Excuse me.
Objection!
There you go. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his colds. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise moment the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye.
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order in the court. What is this all about?
This is nonsense! The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene.
Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready.
Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye, and make sure you save your save file before you do so too.
Yes, Your Honor, I just did.
Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? Show me what you got.
It was Mr. Payne. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How dare you? The defense is grasping at straws! 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to music listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order, Miss Faye. What I mean, what? That is to say,
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
Oh, here comes the butterflies.
How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious act.
Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say.
You? What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Ah! Leave my Dolly alone!
That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Police report added to the court record. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Let me take a look at it right now.
Aren't you supposed to be doing something else?
Oh, that can wait.
The poison was found in the vicinity or... Okay, yep. You'd better take a good look at it.
Oh, I just did. Thank you.
It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Now, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, but please, go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe that the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? Objection! The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Let me turn off my light. Give me 1 second. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. Oh, I like this music, actually, I forgot. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Is that part of imagine that becomes part of the testimony.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Jesus. Imagine.
As we used to say back in my day, drag that bitch. Drag her, slay her, read her, sipping on that choochie hunchy.
I can only imagine that's how he would be. Okay. Let's stop pressing. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself. Oh no, please don't worry. I switch through lovers like 3 times a week.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind.
Oh yes, I know that for sure, you stupid fool.
My critics have even... My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho, I'm Santa Claus again.
Maybe we should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Genie.
Oh. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courthouse reading room. That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case,
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. We gotta get information. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern Sanrio poetry and the criminal underworld.
That's a stretch for sure.
That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've forgotten, but I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff.
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it right in there, so be sure to read it carefully.
It's like,
did you not see who was the suspect of that case?
it's like, imagine like we presented like,
I came to this courthouse to murder your boyfriend.
so we know she did it. I remember that for sure. Just to be on the safe side, like I always do, let's just save it just in case. You never know. There we go. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can...
Miss Faye, that's not fair! I was gonna do that to her. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I Winston Payne would not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Imagine like just start losing it. Mr. Prosecutor, I think I was speaking.
Oh, pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Very special interest. My God. Like, talk about it in chat, but like, do we already know that Miss Hawthorne was like very sus the second we saw her? She's like, this is why you can never trust too nice people. Because sometimes they can hide very, very dark secrets. You can never trust them.
Express some interest, Tom.
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together, and I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. You've really lit a fire in my heart. And my bucket.
Oh, get your hemorrhoids checked out, old man.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Get them checked out, for God's sake! Why are you here in this courtroom? Go to the hospital! Get your hemorrhoids checked out. Jesus. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison.
So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
Oh, we know though.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeves today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Ah! What the? What does the defense suddenly feel? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear, and I'm pretty sure you have a fire under your buttocks as well.
I don't have hemorrhoids, Mr. Payne.
Oh, I mean, Mr. Payne, Mr. Grossberg. Please. When you get to this point in your career, you start having hemorrhoids flare up all the time.
My God.
The proud posture, the self-confidence, absolutely smashing.
What is he, Nigel Thornberry?
Smashing.
Alright. Well, we already know that she's lying. Well, that she wouldn't know where to get that kind of thing. Okay, someone has to ba 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 ba. Okay. Just to be safe, because I like I said, I've already finished this case before, but I just want to be absolutely positively sure you don't want to be too secure, you know, because sometimes you can forget some small things. All right, and there we go. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
But boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until about 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison.
Huh?
Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You!
No!
Order! Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a...
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily got her into something that small. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying that I threw the container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She caught me good with that. Good with that.
Provide some evidence, or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia, and of course the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
We're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder. Now, where is the container without... What happened?
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was the witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present, all for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away.
What are you saying? There's a deadly poison in here.
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No!
Order in the court.
On behalf of Dolly, I object!
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I won't let you bully her like this.
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her!
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess you must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Dahlia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
But a strange girl asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Get in the way!
Bailiff, hurry! After him!
Sorry. Oh, Jesus.
Mia, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
That boy, he went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
It looks like the bailiff got him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no.
What is it?
The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone.
What? That's terrible.
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough!
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace.
I ate it.
You what? You ate it.
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah. Oh god. What the?
What? What is he doing now?
Did it not like hurt his mouth when he swallowed it? Your Honor, you got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There, it's all right, Brookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand. But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne, now that the suspicion of Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It can only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this is the defendant is... Miss Fay, you tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Mia, that's your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore,
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
it's kind of obvious at this point. It was Mr. Payne. I always want to kill Payne. Jesus. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Huh? Me?
That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
Your Honor, this is not some Hallmark Channel drama. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. But I'd rather have this kill him than poison. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, jeez. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne.
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby baby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Imagine she went from like sweet girl to valley girl, imagine like how she would say it normally. Excuse me, Mr. Judge, can you forgive little old me? But now she's like, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Am I wrong? Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine, then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time.
Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, You could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price.
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray.
Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence.
Of course, Your Honor, but let me just save my progress first.
Of course. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
But what?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws! After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine!
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room with my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then.
she had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Wow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Huh? Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Huh? Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why? Yes.
I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Oh, that's so sweet. She surrendered after clearly threatening the defense. Whew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care! I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said! Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yes. And here comes the back pedal. Come on now, Rookie Killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah. My hair! It's very beautiful now! And that's how we became bald.
Mr. Payne, about Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Sure, everyone in this courtroom did too. Everyone but me, apparently. I just didn't trust her that much to reveal the truth, huh? Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fey,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening! It's a nightmare! It's like losing to my daughter!
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his beard along with his hair.
I was like, I'm like, this can't be. That's like losing to my daughter. Ah! He's like just losing it in the corner, and the judge is like, oh yeah, just forget about him. We'll check on him in like 5 minutes.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true, my dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. This court is adjourned.
Oh, thank God.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them and actually get them checked out for once?
That's rather rude. I suppose I can't afford it. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we, veteran lawyers, who have lost sight of this.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kind of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. What kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. And little did they know what would happen 5 years later. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and I managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. And actually maybe some evidence. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Ah, that was great. Okay. Whew. Okay. Let's save it here. I think that might be it for today. That was actually pretty good. Okay, that. Oh. Uh-oh. Forgot about this one. relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, Gumshoe, Jesus. You said it, pal. It must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Mask the mask. Ah! We've an ad! Out front, guards! Turn on searchlights! Ah ha ha! Better luck next time, gentlemen! I remember Mask the Mask. Ha ha ha! Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Ah ha ha! Oh boy. I forgot about like this case and like all the weirdness that comes out of it. Jesus. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be one for another day. We shall meet again too. For now, I think it's time that we allow ourselves to go back. Alright, let me just make sure that everything's all set here. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. That was actually pretty fun. Because I actually forgot all about that case. And so seeing like all that, it's actually pretty fun to see it again. And so I really enjoyed little things like this where how would I describe it? It's times like this where like I always remember like why I like this game, because like even though it is over the top, they still have some realistic things that go on into it, even though like a lot of it is far-fetched. And also just like the personalities. I do hate the judge so much though. I'm actually kind of glad they make him a bit like later judges kind of get a bit more smart. But Jesus, like I forgot how he was in the original games. Like he was so freaking gullible, and I was like, bro, are you kidding me? It's obvious that they're the killer. How are you not seeing what I'm seeing? Why do I have to spell it out for you? I don't know. Okay. And also Winston Payne. Winston Payne is just like a great character too. I also just like doing like it's like a witch, like, oh, how obvious it is that I'm the one who has to spell it out for you, you stupid fool. I don't know, stuff like that. I'm like, my brain hurts and my voice hurts doing it, but like I do it because like I have to. Okay, so until then, I think I should be back on Tuesday doing another Ace Attorney stream. We'll double check on that though. Should be, but if so, I'm gonna double check something. But I currently have it set for 7 p.m. on Tuesday, so we should be fine there. And then maybe Friday for Fall Guys again, and then Saturday it depends, because I might have something going on, so I may have to cancel the Saturday stream. But for sure, I will be back Tuesday with Ace Attorney at 7 p.m. So then you'll see me then. Until that comes then, follow me on my social media, guys. Follow me on my Instagram, follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok. Just follow me wherever you want. And my Discord is being currently set up right now, so I should have that done by Monday, like I believe it said on yesterday. Yeah, so until then, guys, thanks for coming in today, and I'll see you later. Bye.